Okay, so we're back here. So last video we tested some basically ore generator settings. Found out there was nothing wrong. That happens when you do mod development. You'll get people to report bugs, and you'll go check them out, and there'll be nothing of it. So what we're gonna do this video though is not quite related to that, but it's the same general idea. We're gonna go through and test ICBM real quick and make sure everything's stable in here. So I've rechanged that test config package to ICBM only because I kind of like the idea of only testing ICBM. I deleted the configs and I deleted our saves, and before this video, I went ahead and fixed some localizations on a few of the tools. So we had the insta-hole, if you noticed, didn't have a name on it, so it now has a name. I added tooltips to everything. Actually, I'm about to forget one thing real quick, so let me quickly do that. Is the dev tool. Okay, the dev tool actually is extending atom abstract. And I wanted to make sure the insta-hole also did that. So when you extend the abstract item, you get tooltips basically. That's all it does. It gives you the ability to actually have extra data show up, which is nice. And at least I think it works properly. We'll find out here in a second. Anyways, by the way, I was rewatching some of the videos I'm just now uploading. I realize you guys can hear that computer at max speed. I do apologize for that. There's nothing I can do. I looked at it really quickly before making this video if I could dampen the noise. I just can't. I got to get a better microphone is all it comes down to. I do have a nice studio mic. The problem is it's not loud enough. So if I do make recordings in it, you can turn your audio up to max and you'll barely hear me. So that's the reason I don't use it, even though it's got amazing sound quality on it and it blocks out noise like this. I might actually go buy a different microphone though. I'll probably continue using the stand because the main reason I bought the microphone I do have is for the stand, although the mic itself did cost me like $40. I'm probably going to go buy, I think it's called a Blue something. What's it called? My brother has the microphone. You know what, we're going to pop this over here real quick. And we'll do a Blue mic, so it'll be Blue something will pop up here. I think they're Blue Yetis. I think this is the website. We're gonna find out real quick because there's a particular mic I know exactly which one I want to grab, and they're not these because I don't want these. It's they have, yeah, right here it is. It's a snowball. It's a Blue snowball mic. My brother has one of these, and I have to admit these are amazing microphones. By the way, for those of you who be like, is this an advertisement? No, I just like the microphone. My brother has one. I've tested and I've used it. It is really good. Its sound quality is amazing. I got like I think 3 videos on my channel that I have used that microphone with, and there's no background noise in those videos. It's just absolutely amazing. No additional settings. It just works. It has built-in background noise cancellation into it. Now, how I can get background noise cancellation currently is if I run my microphone through TeamSpeak and then pull the TeamSpeak audio. That's actually usually how I fix it. But I don't do that for obvious reasons. Actually, you know what? Let's run an experiment in the name of science. So if you give me a second here, and we're going to test this and see if this actually makes a difference. So if I log into my server real quick, we'll go to my laboratory. And what we're going to do is go Tools, Options, Capture, Begin test. And you can hear me twice, and now I've muted my microphone so you can only hear me once. Now I can hear myself talk, which is a bit annoying, but it should clear some of the background noise out. So we're going to go ahead and use this, and I'll deal with listening to myself. It's not a horrible thing. I've actually done it before, and several of the jobs I've had to do it as well. So let's see. So we're gonna go through and just test ICBM real quick, and I kind of do need to test the classic version a little bit more than the rewrite, but we'll just kind of do this real quick. We'll test the explosives to make sure they all work. Yeah, we're getting pretty decent. Yeah, that works. So If you noticed in a few of the other videos, we had some issues with these not quite rendering correctly. Although I do need to come through here and reprogram this to stand up and actually have a candle coming out of the engine slot. It'd be a cool thing here. Microwave missile, we should see the water disappear. Yep, that works. And then it'll flow back in because of Minecraft's water logic. Oh, it's still, that needs fixed. We'll make a bug report for this. So bug report system, come over here, pop up ICBM. And I'm starting to hear a little bit of my computer through the system here. So let's see, is there any settings? No, there's no settings I can change on here. So I almost forgot what I was doing there for a second. Wow, we have 85 issue tickets. Most of these issue tickets are edition requests. Most of them made by me, sadly. Yeah, I don't see any major bugs. Oh, there's a problem actually right here. Oh yeah, that's right. That's open computer support, and we'll test that in a second. We'll see if that works, because I'm not quite sure if it works or not, and we need to first we just need to get a new issue. So yeah, we could just turn the water updates off, which is an option. But we're not going to actually fix that right now. That's the reason I made a bug report for it. So anyways, we got endothermic, which should make ice. Not making ice. Okay, so that's another bug report. Okay. Errors work as expected. Those work as expected. That's actually not lagging as much as it normally does. Yeah, that works. That works. Were those fireballs? I wasn't paying attention. Okay, yeah, they're shooting fireballs out. Okay, so we torch one, which we need torches for. We don't have a village nearby like we usually do. If that works. Okay, so now test slime ring. There we go. Got a little bit of a high quantity of gray slimes there. Might want to tweak the coloration because we're getting pretty much a consistent set of colors, and we kind of want more of a rand on this. Anyways, we'll do that worked. Test our TNT. that worked really well. Gunpowder. Gunpowder is a TNT, which I don't know why that made a sound effect and the other ones didn't. Yeah, let's test it again. It's working. It's just there's a randomization between size, and these two might be mixed up, because these ones should make the smaller audio and this one should make the bigger one. Okay, so these are entity missiles. That should spawn a creeper. I need to remove the audio effect off that. But it works. I'm not going to test every single one of them. Here's our ender blocks. Yeah, it works really, really well. And we have some debug markers showing we remove snow here. Snow we probably should turn back into particles. Basically make the local area snow is what it should do. Okay, so now we want the anti-grav. I believe there is an issue with this one where it's not quite working on players, although it's a little hard for me to test, but it is working on items and stuff, so that's good enough in my opinion. We'll come back and work on it some more here later. Exothermic isn't replacing snow. Okay. Biome ships all need to be reprogrammed, but we can test it. They have an issue where I think they just all turn to ocean at this point. That was a forest hill, so that one did work. Okay, so let's test the rest. I know the EP one worked, I tested it earlier. I don't feel like setting up a whole bunch of batteries to test it at the moment. Okay, that one works. The reason why that one worked in the exothermic is that one just checks for can replace, where endothermic attempts to actually thermically modify the block. But yeah, that works. So this is our flat region version, and I believe at the top we have the limited region. I don't know why it's sorting that way, but oh well. Yeah, that worked. Yeah, that limited region works too, you can tell, because it has a radius effect. Okay, I can tell this microphone's still picking up a couple things. We'll have to toy with it more. Yeah. Make sure I lean back a little bit from my computer so that we're not always getting that computer audio in the back. Did that actually work? Yeah, that worked. So that was the fire starter. Fire starters are, by the way, used to just start like a couple blocks of fire, where this is like an incendiary. Anyways, we have the anti-plant life and then plant life left. I should make these throwable. Like you throw them like darts at short range. Okay, so it looks like there is an issue with that. That is a known issue, but it shouldn't have kept it even though. Anyways, it's working. It killed everything. Let's do the ore. The ore is working. And then now we plant life restores the damage anti-plant life does, as well. It should make some flowers, but I don't think we finished that feature yet. Thing to note is that anti-plant life is a bigger radius than plant life. I may make that adjustable. So all the explosives work. That's good. Now we just kind of need to test the larger ones. Let's really quickly test a couple of these ones before we start with the launchers. Yeah, okay, so radius works perfectly fine. Now we need to test the silos. Okay, made that a little too high. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need to adjust it so it actually detects it's larger and will tell you it's too large. But positioning wise, it's good. And we should be able to stick a large missile in here. Let's test the arrow one. That's good. Then we need a radar gun, let's say right there. And then we want to use the controller. I still haven't implemented that refresh system here, which would connect everything. So we still have to manually connect it. Good thing is this lets us test a whole bunch of other objects. Okay. We can fire. We set that on fire. That's not a bug with the standard launcher. That's actually the fact that this returns it's a full block. We should get an impact here, and the accuracy is horrible. Wow. Yeah, I'll fix the. Well, actually, you know what? I'm not going to fix that because these don't have guidance chips in it, so the fact that it came anywhere close says a lot. We'll fire that again. See if it comes back down a little bit closer. These act as nice incendiary bombs when you think about it. Yeah, there we go. This is coming down a lot closer. It looks really nice in this dark environment. Yeah, that's pretty good. We should be able to remove these launchers, which we can. And if we re-add, which by the way you can link in both directions, that's been fixed. We can go in here, we can name this, so this is silo, hit save. It'll update properly, and it saves. Okay, we're good. I really like the new GUI we have now because it's so nice. It tells you when the silo is online. I may put icons over here to tell you what missiles are loaded, and a lot of things I need to do. But that works. Now we need to test the remote detonation system. And probably some crafting, and we'll call it. So I'm not going to go test every last thing in here. Let's clear some land here. So we want a silo connector. Put that there. Put that there. And we'll do a small antenna. I'm not going to make a big one because I don't feel like rebuilding this every single time we test. I totally did not kill him, so he died on his own. I'm actually not sure why he died. He probably suffocated in one of the blocks. Okay, so we need the wrench. So we need to turn this to network, turn this to online, which it should, I think, be online by default. We then need to connect everything, so we need to get a data chip. So it should be this connects to that, this connects to that, and then this connects to that. There we go, and then we just need to put group IDs in here, so this would be AA, and we'll just AA on that. So yeah, it shows our group ID here, so that's good. Refresh works. We can get into here and do things. Something we didn't check, can we encode on this one? Yeah, the encode buttons are gone, so that's good. These both use roughly the same GUIs. So that's good. So now we want to encode the remote detonator and then a laser detonator. So come in here, put this in here, encode. This will say the group it's on, so it's good. And we do the same thing here, so we're good. Now if we put a missile in here, and we click remote, it remote detonates properly. And if we put another missile in here, and we say click over there, it works properly. Although the flight time's not correct. If you notice they both say 1 second, these are definitely not 1 second. So we'll have to fix the maths on that. So actually, let's make a bug report for that. Just do it that way. Not putting more detail. Because I know what's wrong with it, and I'll be the one fixing it. But yeah, those landed exactly where they were supposed to land, so nice. And what else do we got? So we're 20 minutes in, so yeah, we got a little bit more time to test stuff. We can't test the cards here. These actually need to be disabled if assembly line is not present. New issue. Okay. Check to see if the GPS chip is working. GPS chips are, by the way, like just a right-click object. You can think of them like the GPS on your phone, pretty much. Yeah, they work. If we put a missile in here, it'll land close. Not exactly. Yeah, it'll land somewhere in this area. I think the inaccuracy is like 100 blocks radius-wise, so that means 200 diameter. That's with no guidance chip, although guidance chips are probably going to become mandatory at some point. So if you don't have a guidance chip, your rocket will just go up and then come back down. Except it'll more likely go up, then kind of twist, and then come down, like over there. It'd be like one of NASA's earlier rockets. Okay. So we've tested pretty much everything up here. We can test a standard silo, which is actually functional now. For all those people that keep putting it down, not reading the fact it had work in progress, and you're going like, why no work? Well, it doesn't work because it's not meant to work. We'll test the standard silo. We'll put anti-grav in that, and we'll link it up. And then I need to set a location for these so I don't shoot myself. We'll do this, and over there. There we go. So those will both go up, and those will both land over here. And they fly about the same speed. This will change eventually. Lighter missiles will fly faster because the engines are roughly the same in them. There'll be different sizes of engines, of course, and they'll be more expensive the larger they get. That's the balancing. So there's, as I've noted, there's no tiering in ICBM. It's all a balance factor based on resource demand. What did I stick in there? Oh, I stuck antimatter. Yeah, good thing I didn't shoot myself with that. That's worked. That's good. No problem so far. We still need to do a server-side stability check, but I think I'm going to do that here later once I get one of my test servers back online. Let's go ahead and open these two. I need to actually get rid of that one, I think. Whichever one's the manual craft. Yeah, so this is the auto craft, and this is also the auto craft. They're actually both manual craft too. Like you can both manually craft them, and they work. I need to change these to check mark. I need to implement trigger configs on here. Quite a bit of work left to do. Yeah, these are good. And I tested these automatically, so I'm not going to go build automation for this at the right moment. So the only thing we need to do is just really quickly build a missile and ensure the crafting system works. So let's grab one of the gunpowder engines, one of the better guidance systems, and let's grab a warhead. I'm thinking, yeah, we'll do endothermic. And then we need an ample missile casing. Missile casing, engine, guidance chip. You see the renders update as I'm building this, although this is not centered properly. I'll fix that maybe later? I'll work on that. I don't know. Craft, it works. Put that in there. And then if we fire that, you'll see that one has a red engine, or rather, reddish yellow one. So let's do time set night, so we can see it come down. And we'll come over here. It's got a nice fiery red engine instead of, yeah, the one it's supposed to have. Although the flames are not quite in the right spot, but oh well. It works. And the missile survived the impact, even though it's, yeah, it's a bit up because there's snow below it, and the drop doesn't work yet on it. That's still broken. We'll do another bug for that. Yeah, it's just a minor bug, because to be honest, the fact I let the missile survive is kind of a bonus in the first place. But yeah, that breaks on all sizes because we all use the same code. And it's just a really basic conversion failure. So we'll fix that here later. And what else do we got to test? I mean, yeah, we can craft some of the warheads. Let's grab this, and let's grab this. So you put the warhead in here, and you put, I believe, that in here. I didn't craft. I think it requires the trigger unless you go into here and like do that. Like if I do that and I hit craft, it should let me craft. Unless I got the wrong spot. Yeah, there you go. Cool. So I got a warhead. I can't do anything with it. I probably should make these throwable as well. We like act like grenades. Because after all, if this has a live trigger on it and you threw it and it impacted the ground, it probably would explode. I think it's already on the tracker. Now we get all the sizes here. Yeah, we're done. So that's a functional version here. Actually, you know what we'll do real quick, since I still got 30 minutes left on this before it hits an hour? We'll hit close on that, and we'll come over here, and I need to edit configurations, duplicate the server. I don't think I need to change anything here, but what I do now want to do is change this to config test, and we'll call this ICBM only server. We'll hit run, and we'll just test a couple of the explosives real quick to make sure they work server side. I do know there's a few issues with the classic version that have to be fixed. And we'll go through and test those here later. That's Demon poking at me, let's see. Okay. It looks like it's running. Yeah, preparing to take over the world. I just saw that in here somewhere. It's I believe Tinkers that says that. Searching something, found mods. It's up here somewhere. I saw it and I lost it. Well, too late. But it's Tinkers and I think Botania talk back and forth to each other, or it's Tinkers and one other mod. I don't remember which. They'll go like, "What are we gonna do today, Pinky?" And it's like, or the brain or whatever. Same thing we do every day. Take over the world. That's a great cartoon. If you've never seen it, go watch it. It's a bit old, but it's pretty good. It's like back when they used to make cartoons that didn't have to make sense, but were still entertaining. This microphone picks up like everything. Crack my fingers. Okay, yeah, whatever. FML, confirm. I forgot to change the run folder, so it's loading the old server, and it, of course, is missing everything. And of course, you got it equivalent exchange in here going like, hey, there's an exploit because it's not a perfect conversion. Well, yeah. I think it's a rounding error that actually breaks these because it's you can't divide 1 by 9 and get an integer. You'll get a decimal. Just to show this, be like 1 divided by 9. And you get like that pretty much. All it would have to do would be round down. Anyways, I think this server, yep, server's done loading. So go multiplayer and let's do localhost. The LAN detector doesn't really work well. And my computer's cooking right now, because if we take a look. Yeah, well, we're not actually using that much when you take a look at it. Shows you a huge difference here because main reason that memory I think is so high is because we're loading all the textures, models, and assets and stuff like that. And then you look at the server, and the server is significantly lower. Add server, localhost. Try again. Okay, there we go. So I'm in here, and yeah, this is where we were testing the grappling hook mod last time. So I need to opt myself. So /op dark. You know, while we're doing this real quick, I want to test to see if this GUI opens up. Kind of works. We'll test that later though. So at least it opens, it doesn't crash the server. So we do game mode 0, or actually game mode 1. We're just going to launch a couple of the explosives, and we're not going to really do a lot of testing here at the moment because I need to probably set up a better server for this. Well, either that flat out didn't work or the lag is pretty bad. I believe I just saw the missile body fly that way somewhere. Okay, so the microwave one isn't working. That one sort of worked. A little bit of finickiness if you weren't paying attention. Yeah, that's good. The reason I also want to do a proper test here later is I think we're starting to experience a little bit of latency because I'm running a Minecraft client and a server at the same time. So when you see the laggy jerking like that, that's being caused by the fact I'm running the server locally. We'll do a slime rain. You'll see it even worse on this one. Oh, shoot. That was a big lag spike. F3, there we go. Okay, something's happening. Oh, our generator's running. You can see that happening. It's doing pretty good. Our explosives aren't running though. So we got either it's broken or there's something seriously wrong with my local right now. We'll just test the ones I know. That one works. We're not getting any errors from half this stuff, and we were getting particle effects, which tells me a lot of the stuff is working. Okay, anti-plant life. That's good. I mean, a lot of these are working properly. It's just some of the entity spawn ones are acting up, and this could be a potential bug. Because we got that guy. So the slime rain didn't load. For whatever reason, it didn't load. It instantly disappeared, which tells me that there was an error that occurred because the missile had vanished. But then I'm not seeing anything in here that's saying stuff is going on. I'm seeing a lot of world generation, which is strange because we're stationary. Let's try the cake missile. Yeah, that works. I mean, these are all working perfectly fine, except for a couple of the indie spawn ones. Let's try. What are the biome shifts? Okay, yeah, we're in extreme hills now, so that tells me it worked. You know what? I need to test a launcher or two, just to ensure that we're getting some good function out of here. I'm not going to test the remote system at this second, because we're hitting what on our record time. With 36 minutes, I mean, yeah, we're good, but it's almost 3 o'clock, and I kind of want to get off at this point. Oh, link set. Okay, I must have not clicked it. Okay, there we go. That worked. Our tiles are in there. They're both empty. We'll test removing after we fire stuff. So we're going to test fragmentation in this one. That missile, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay. And then we'll do an exoprogram on this one. Okay, and then we want to target a different island than the one we're standing on. Okay, that's a bug. So we'll go ahead and add a report for that. Now let's see if we can remove them. So removing them works. Let's try relinking them again and see if that makes a difference. Link code doesn't match. Okay. Still can't get that working. I guess we need to test the remote system, because if that one's broken, this one's broken too. And this is, grab this, link that. And this would just be AA. Then link this to this. Okay, this one's working. This one's not, so it's just this one. Let's see if I fire it. Yeah, it's working. So I guess we get to test this one after all. Oh well. These both fired, and their location's pretty good, so there's no issues with that. We're just having a packet sync issue most likely with that. And yep, we got some fire. Could probably have it evaporate the water to steam, but that's actually not a bug with ICBM. That's a volts engine thing I would have to work on. And nice distribution of arrows. Nice. Pretty good. I actually need to change that to be a tube distribution rather than a spear distribution, because you'd imagine the arrows would be packed into a tube rather than a spherical object. Nothing else to test. I mean, we're good. So I'm going to call it the end of the video, and I'll see you guys later. And hopefully, when I go to edit this, the audio quality is better thanks to using TeamSpeak.